CSS. Next, we have a work on JavaScript and Bootstrap. The Bootstrap will not keep in the Monday to Friday. It will make delay. Saturday, Sunday is free time. Bootstrap is interesting. If you not do much practice also, no problem. We can remember it. That's for us only. Okay, next after that, in JavaScript, we have many things. Is a programming language. It's called a client-side processing language. You can call it a scripting language also. In that, we will be starting from very basic. That will be called as a basic of JavaScript. Okay, basic of JavaScript. Basic of JavaScript will be for a week. So let's come to your folder. First, we'll create the folder structure. What are the folder and how many days it will take. Then we'll come to this file. So hope you have created a folder called JavaScript. Create a folder called JavaScript and come under JavaScript folder and create following folder. One is called step number 1 as a basic. BASIC, basic of JavaScript. It's the first month, like it's a C programming. How we write as a C program we write and we run. Similar way, we are going to spend a few days time in the basic JavaScript. We will understand how to write JavaScript, where to write JavaScript, what will be the syntax under the JavaScript. Okay. So completely, you can say, after looking into the code of JavaScript, we'll not come to know what it is. We'll come to know, okay, the JavaScript code is written. This is for this line. This is for this. The first week. Second week, we have another topic that is called data binding. Data, B-I-N-D-I-N-G, data binding. Very, very important point where your JavaScript will communicate with HTML. HTML will communicate with the JavaScript and JavaScript will communicate with the HTML. That will come under what? Data binding. Okay. Data binding is the process of sending the data from HTML to JavaScript and JavaScript to HTML. That is called second week. In the third week, we'll have called API. JavaScript API. In that, you will be learning if you are creating a project using JavaScript, since JavaScript is a client-side processing language. So using JavaScript, how we can bring the data from the backend, how we can communicate with the backend, fetching the data within the server, bringing the data out of the server from any server, from anywhere. If API exists, we can implement the data, we can bring the data and we can display inside our project using JavaScript API. There many things will come from the JavaScript advanced part, that is called ECMAScript 5, ECMAScript 6 related many things will come. In that you will have very, very important question answer people ask in interview. What is the fallback function? What is the promise function? What is the API function? Okay, those things will get covered inside. JSON, how to create a JSON server, you will come to my inside. Okay, that is, so how many folder? 3 folder for 3 weeks. Come to the last folder, that is called Ajax. Ajax and oops. Ajax and class object. Class hyphen object. Ajax and class object. Ajax and class object. So in the fourth week, we will be spending the time on Ajax implementation as well as class and object. Saturday, Sunday will be the bootstrap. 8 o'clock, 8 to 10. 8 to 10. 8 to 10 or maybe 8:30 to 10:30 or maybe 9 to 11 till 11 anytime, not before it and not after 11. Saturday Sunday will be some other work also, so before 11 we need to finish it. Okay, ready? So how many folder? 4 folder is ready. In that, now you will apply the numbering system. Folder number 1, that is called basic as a first step. Folder number 2, data binding. Data binding will be the second step. Data binding will be the second step. JavaScript API will be the third step. JavaScript API will be the third step. And JavaScript Ajax and class object will be the fourth step, the fourth week. Okay, ready? Now come to this. I will show you this file. If you want to take photo, you can take photo. Even I'll drop in the chat also. But if you are logging in the Zoom, then only you can access it. I will show you the photo also. This is our role. This is the 4 folders. First folder for first week, second folder for second week, third folder for fourth week, third week, and fourth folder for fourth week. In this folder, week wise, we are going to spend the time. So total in a month, how many weeks? 4 weeks. So for each week, we have a different type of topic. Okay. That JavaScript will be taking how long time? 1 month of time. Okay. In 1 month, you will be able to manage the JavaScript field API, Ajax class object, everything. Okay. Now in this 1 week, total 1 month of time, what we are going to learn, it is here under this file. Okay. So in that, the first week, we have this section. Not first week, you can say. In that, some contents are up down also. So we can say initially, once we enter, we will start from the variable and data types. How to run the page, where to run the page. Okay, how to see the output, all will see. After doing that, we will come under the control structure. Control structure is what? It is a kind of data controlling for data. It will help you to control the flow of your data. Like suppose when you are going to the Gmail, without login, you cannot see the inbox. That is called condition. Without registering, you cannot log in. That is called as a condition. In ATM machine, without entering the password, you cannot see the remaining menus. In ATM machine, if enter amount is less than equal to available amount, then only the money will come out. Those are called as what? Condition. If condition will not be there in the software, money is there in the account or no account, no problem. Go and enter any amount and come out. Correct? Your password is right or wrong, no problem. You will be able to see everything. Right? Whether you have created the Gmail account or not, you can log in. You are login or not, you can see the inbox. When it will happen? If there is no condition inside the software. So without control structure, name itself, see name its meaningful name. Call it a control structure. Control structure says your each and every activity of your program, your application will be controlled by control structure. It may be one time or it may be 100 times. Okay, if you have a condition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can manage through this one. Call it a condition. But if you have a condition 100 times, 200 times, you cannot write 200 times. No? So for that, what we have? Call it a loop. In ATM machine, when you enter the amount and click on go, then it will check enter amount should be less than equal to available amount. That is called what? Condition. If condition satisfy, then you have already experienced some kind of sound will come from inside. Some sound will come, no? Loop sound. Something sound will come. That is called what? Loop. Okay, because you wanted 10,000 rupees. Now 10,000 one by one, they cannot take it out. So for that, what is that? Loop is there. Okay, start from 1 and go till 10,000. Once the 10,000 is finished, terminate the loop and come out from the loop. Means money will come out from the machine. Okay, so condition and loop completely heart of your application. Without that, your project will be static. Anyone can do anything. Without login, see the inbox. Without register, go and log in. Okay. So those will be coming under where? Control structure. You will have after that array will be there. Single dimensional, multi-dimensional, nested array, array object, everything. Next we have called function. Multi-type of function we have. We will be learning. Factor method from HCMA 5.6. Different type of function, plus function with a parameter, function without parameter. Next, what we call as a data binding. So till here, it is under the basic JavaScript, first week. From here, data binding onwards, it's a start. Inside many things are there. This will go for the second week. Okay. These all are still second week. From here onwards, your third week will start. That is called API, promise, callback, and all. Next, you can see inside we have last college Ajax, and after that, which one? JavaScript class object inheritance. Okay, form validation and all will be the part. So in 4 week of time, you will be getting very good idea, and based on that idea, React easily you can handle. Okay, based on that JavaScript idea, React easily you can handle. Okay, so now you saw the content. Next thing is what are the environment are required to run the JavaScript. As of now, what you have in your computer, Notepad++ you have, maybe VS Code editor will be there. Okay, JavaScript code, the first folder what we have seen, or maybe you can see from here to here, the basic part. Okay, basic of JavaScript, the basic of JavaScript, the basic of JavaScript which we have, that is under this folder. Which folder? Basic folder. What we are going to learn under the basic folder, that example we will not run in the browser. That example we will be running under the command prompt. CMD will open, will create the JavaScript file, will write the program like C++, and through the command prompt we can run the program. Okay, and in Visual Studio also we have option terminal. From there also we can run the program. Okay. Take the photo. Take a screenshot. I am sharing the chat, but if you are not logging the Zoom, you can't access it. Better you can take a photo. I will show you 2-3 steps. If you want, you can take the photo of that section. So till data binding onwards, I will show you again. Hope you took the photo of first section. Next, you can take the photo of data binding onwards. These all are most of the events. Got it? Next, after that, let me come down, take the photo of this section. This is the third block. Third block, ready? Next, API onwards, the fourth section. This will be the fourth section. Take it, its last remaining points. Ready? Taken the photo. Okay. Now come down. You have to download quickly and install this editor. Not editor. At least this one. Download and install Node.js from from nodejs.org /en/download nodejs.org. Download and quickly install in your system nodejs.org. Download and install. Yes, this is the URL. I will share in your chat also. You can check whichever the suitable version for your system. You can download that and try in your system. You have to keep checking your email daily. Then you got only to first. Second, you are asking when is the date. Company will update us. Not started still. Once we start, we'll update. Anyone can join, but once we start, we'll update it. Yes, maybe. Hope going on. Download and install quickly and let me reply in the chat. Yes, completed. Then I'll guide you next. You have already installed? Yeah. Then why to install? If you're already there in the system, don't install it. If already there, go here in the CMD, open the CMD, and in CMD you can check node space -b. If already installed, go to open the CMD, right here node space -b and enter. See which version it shows. Node space -v. Check which version is showing. -b. Node space -b. What is asking? Nothing asking. It's asking. It's showing the number. Which version is that? Shows you any version? No, sir. Crazy, yeah. Look there. For me, says 12.20. Yeah, for you. 16.15. Then what else? Nothing else. Version is showing. That's all. Do quickly. Let me know once you have done. So 1% replied, 2% replied, 3% replied, 4% replied, 5th% replied, 8th one, 6th one, 7th one. After installation, you can open the CMD and there you can check as a node space -v. You will come to know say installed or not. If version is showing means everything is correct, node command started working. Node space -v. Okay, going on. Done for you both. Download and install quickly. Hmm? What you have downloaded? If you went to that website, node.js.org, there is a Windows installer. Click on that, download it. There is a Windows installer, no, in the left hand side. Your computer is window only. Look at here, this one. Click on this and download it. Okay, so hope done for everyone. Now come to the folder. Your JavaScript folder you have created. Inside you have a basic folder. Go under the basic folder. Okay, so now come to the basic folder. Hope installation is done for all. Go to the basic folder, and in basic folder you can follow me. In basic folder, you click under the address box. Okay, click. After clicking, delete everything from here. After clicking, delete everything from there. Then write there CMD and enter. CMD and enter. Enter. CMD open. Now CMD is pointing to basic folder. I will close, I'll repeat it again for you. Suppose this is my JavaScript folder. Under the JavaScript folder, I have a folder called basic. I will go under the basic folder. Under basic folder, go inside basic folder and click on the address bar, that is called where it shows the folder name, location and all. Next, after that, delete everything from there. Type CMD and enter. CMD and enter. Enter. Your CMD will get open. So CMD open in which folder? Basic folder, correct? Now, which editor you have in your computer? It may be Notepad++, maybe VS Code, or whichever the editor you have. You have to create the file under this folder. Which folder? Basic folder. Okay. So I will suggest you one or two example. You can follow the Notepad++. Later we can use VS Code and all. Once we get some use to. Okay. So we'll go to the Notepad++ or any editor. Whichever the editor you have in the system, open that, and in that write a line called console.log. Inside the file, write console.log. Under the log function, write anything. I working, and save this file in which folder? Basic folder. Save this file under the basic folder. Folder name should be, file name should be page1.js. Under the basic. Save the file under the basic. Give the file name page1.js. Page1, no space. Page1.js. Extension is a what extension? JS extension. .js. Page1.js. Okay. Hope written. Console.log. You will ask what is a console.log? Log is the function, predefined function of JavaScript. It belongs to a class. Class name is called a console. What is the use of that? In C++, we used to write printf. It is the same. Using that, you are going to print some output. /n we remember for new line. /t we remember for tab. Okay. Similar way here also. /n remains same, /t remains same. Okay. Double quote, single quote, we will discuss on that. But using console.log, we are going to print the statement in the browser, not browser console as well as CMD. Okay. It will not print exactly in the browser. It will come in the browser only, but under the console. We will see how that. Okay. Save the file. Hope your file is saved. What you have written in double quote, I working. Okay. Come to now CMD. The CMD you have opened already. Your file is also available under the basic folder, and your CMD path is also pointing to which folder? Basic folder. For verification, you can go to the folder and see page1.js is registered under the basic or not. Under the page 1, under the basic folder, page1.js is exist. So hope you compare that. Look into the basic folder, check there, page1.js is exist or not. Right? After this, So what we are learning in this, we are learning how to create a JavaScript file and how to run that. How to create a JavaScript file and how to run that. Okay. So file is ready. Save the file. Come back and go here. How to run the JavaScript file now? JavaScript file we can run through two way. We can link it the HTML and we can see the output in the browser. Or another one, using the Node.js, we can run the JavaScript file. The node is already installed in the computer. Now, using the node compiler, we are going to run this file. Okay. So how to run that? Node space in the CMD you have to write. Node space. What is your file name? Page1.js is optional. You can leave it. Just give the file name. So, CMD only. Page1.js also you write and enter. Node space page1.js and enter. See, is it printing anything? If you confirm yes, no, I will be sure yes, your page is running. If you save here, there, it will not work. If you save here, there, it will not work. You should save in the proper place and run systematically. We are learning step by step. So now we are learning how to create a file and how to run through the Node.js. See, HTML was one side, JavaScript is another side. HTML is not like something easy. HTML is that also difficult. JavaScript is also difficult. Now suppose two difficulties come together and both you mix together and start implementing together, it will become very difficult. So the solution is one difficulty we understood, HTML, CSS. Now another difficulty we are understanding called JavaScript. Once we get the basic idea within 1 week, 4-5 classes, then the JavaScript we will merge with the another one that is called HTML. So that will be called a data binding. There data exchange will happen from HTML to JavaScript and JavaScript to HTML. Save the file. Hope is running. 13 people have replied out of 22. Whoever are unable to run, they should write their problem also. I will guide you. So it's showing for me how it's working. Correct? Have you installed the Node.js? Node -v was working. Then where is the file? Is it in the basic folder? The CMD where you have opened? In basic folder? You are running directly. Why you double click on the file? Close this. So listen up. That is the same thing. Node is said node is not triple lines. Node is installed. Take first node opens it. Node space minus b minus b. In order to install the node is without install by your time. You downloaded it. Download. Where's the download? I think something. This download. Install it. Sitting here and doing mistake. I spoke 10 plus times. No, you do it something else. I given you the URL also. Where to download? Here. I ask you click here. You click somewhere else. Okay. So hope page is running for everyone. Now after this, we created a file and we run it. It's worked, right? Go here in the same file. Write one more console.log. Console.log. After installation, check with that node.js command. Node -v is working or not. If work, then try. Okay. Console.log. Inside the console.log, right call Bangalore /n Mumbai /n Chennai. Save the file. Save the file and again run through the same command. Save the file. Okay, ready? Printed. Save the file. Come down in the CMD again. Right here, node space page1.js. Save the file. Your file should be saved. Don't run without saving. Save the file and then run it. Hope you can see Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai all are printing the new line. Then what is the use of /n? It will break the line. Write one more line here. Console.log. Print there. Similar again. Bangalore /t Mumbai /t Chennai /t. After Chennai /t is not required. Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai. Okay, done. Let's come to the CMD. Run again. Bangalore space Mumbai space Chennai. Something like this. Installation happen. Node command is working. Node -v. Hope ready? Print. So this is just one test file. In this we have seen the console.log, how the console.log will work. Right? Let's come next. After this, how JavaScript works, that point you have to understand. Let me come to the MS Paint now. JavaScript is a scripting language, programming language. Suppose whenever you open a website as a user, suppose you are the user here. You are as a user. You are as a user. This user interaction will happen to the website. And this website is here. This website is here. A big website. User interaction happen to the web browser. This is your web browser. I will write here B R O W S E R browser. This is called web browser. User will open a website using the web browser. In web browser, he will do the input and output both. Now this input and output is going to work in this way, where the first step what you have, this browser interaction will happen to the, not directly with the very hi-fi language, it will be communicating with this, called as a HTML. Browser always deal with the HTML. Now this browser, user can enter some value under the browser, it will go to HTML. Again, user can see the output in the browser via HTML. So this HTML is our first step that we have already gone through. We have covered some part in this, in HTML. Now next, after this what we have? After this we have next JavaScript part, that we are at this point now. At this point now, JavaScript. Now JavaScript says like, I am another standalone. You can write the code in JavaScript and you can run directly that you are running here. You are able to run through the CMD using the Node.js. This is your JS. This is your JavaScript. Now JavaScript only not sufficient to make a web application. You need HTML also, because you have to display the output in the browser. You have to collect the output from the browser. So this JavaScript says like, no problem. I can take the input from where? HTML, and I can give the output to where? HTML. Like input is happening from HTML, it will go to JavaScript. JavaScript will give the output to where? HTML. And indirectly, where the user interaction? User interaction is with the browser. Now let me go at this point. Suppose a user came in the browser and he enter a value, one place, assume called 10, another place he enter the value as a 20, and here a button called go. There is a button called go. Now once he will click on go button, the 10 he has entered one place and 20 he has entered one place, or maybe 10 he has entered another place, and in between he selected a operator called this one, called as a star. Now how many input? 3 input. Assume, let me create this one as a star button. Here one more button is a multiplication, something plus button, a plus button. So user has entered the value and he has selected the operator and he click on go button. Now finally, this three input will be given to JavaScript. Because why HTML? Why HTML is taking help from JavaScript? Because in HTML, you don't have anything to process the data. HTML says like, yes, I can take the input, I can give the output. But processing is not possible through the HTML. So HTML is going to give that input to a JavaScript. Now see, JavaScript receive how many input? One as a 10. And what was the second input? Operator was also there. And then second input was here. Now finally this 10 and 10 processing will happen by JavaScript, and finally output will become as a whichever comes. Suppose output came as a 100. So now what is the user expectation? User expectation is I given the 10 and 10, I click on multiply and then click on go button. I need to see the output of 10 into 10, how much it will be. HTML was not capable to do the calculation. So HTML has given the value to JavaScript. JavaScript did the processing, and after that JavaScript got the final output. Now the JavaScript has got the input from where? HTML. JavaScript has to return the output to where? HTML only. So you can say here total is a 100. So at this place, in this simple example, what you saw is JavaScript is not taking the input directly from user. JavaScript is not giving directly output to the user. JavaScript interacting with where? HTML. And HTML is compiled by the browser, and browser has generated the output, and user is interacting with the browser. Via browser, user is filling the value under the HTML, and HTML is passing to where? JavaScript. Okay. So in this case, the first block what I have created, this is for input purpose and output purpose. You can see the first section, what is happening? Input. Second section, what we have called a output. Input happen in HTML, output happen in Java HTML. Processing happen through the JavaScript. The JavaScript is called a processing language. What kind of processing language? Client-side processing language. Because the JavaScript will take the input from HTML in your browser. JavaScript will display the output, give the output to HTML in your browser. So in fact, JavaScript will be sitting under your browser only. JavaScript is a part of your browser. So when the user will open a website, where will be the browser? Browser will not be in the server. Browser will be in his computer. So processing will happen in his computer. Because of that, JavaScript is called a client-side processing language. It will take the input from user in the user computer, and it will process the data in user computer, and output will also come in the user computer. No need to communicate with the backend. Okay. So our first step is what? Our first step is to finish this part. The first step is to finish this part. To finish the basic of JavaScript. The processing part, how to process the data, how to write the code of JavaScript. And then second step will be HTML plus JavaScript. That is under the second step. First step only JavaScript. Second step HTML plus JavaScript. Okay. Right. So hope you are clear. Now suppose JavaScript want to implement the API and many things. So from here next will happen. That will design in the next image when we come to that. Okay. So we are as of now at this point. Which point? JavaScript point. We are at the JavaScript point. We are going to understand the basic structure, how it will be and all. We will not write a HTML code. We will be writing only JavaScript code. Okay. In that step by step, you are going to move ahead now. Okay, so hope it is clear what we are going to do and where the JavaScript will play the where the JavaScript will do the work. When you go to the Gmail and click on button directly without entering the email and password, immediately it will say invalid. So where the message come from? The message will come from here only. Button was there, you click on button directly. Now what happened? Input gone to the JavaScript is empty. There was no any value. Now JavaScript will check, have you entered anything or not? JavaScript will come to, yeah, you have not entered anything. And JavaScript will return a message, please enter your email. Correct? That message will not come from the backend directly. JavaScript is there on. JavaScript is why to go to the backend. Input you have not given. Why I send to the backend? First to give the input, I will check if your input pattern is okay. Then I will send to where backend. I will allow you to go to the backend. Else, why to put the trouble in the backend? Okay. So come to the now our file. Which file we have created? File was called page1.js. Leave this file. In that we understood one point that is called /n and /t plus console.log. Okay, how to print that. Next file is going to create. Next file is going to help us how to create a variable. How to create a variable in JavaScript. Because as per your understanding, we wanted to know Facebook has a login page, Gmail has a login page. How many users and how many login pages? Assume like for Gmail, how many login pages they have? Only one or multiple? Multiple? Facebook, how many login pages have? Login page is only one. It works based on variable. You will give your email ID, it will store in a variable. I will give my email ID, it will store in a variable. Look at here, this photo you have seen. See, suppose this is the email and this is the password. You will open the page, one copy will come to you. You will enter the email password in HTML, click on login button. From HTML, your email and password will go to where? JavaScript. JavaScript will store in a variable. Okay, again, same page I will open. So one copy will come to me. Okay, and there again, I will enter my email password. So that data will send to where? JavaScript. Or if you have a doubt, suppose this page, the Node.js page we have opened, how many pages should be in the server? At a time, 20 people have opened, no, today. So how many pages should be there in the server? 20 pages? No, only one page. Okay, look at here. Suppose if I open the Info Campus website, so suppose there is one page called Java training page. So what do you think? How many pages should be there? Let it open first. Come fast. This page is open. So how many pages should be there? At a time, 100 user can open this page. So how many pages should be there? Only one or multiple? Page will be only one. Once you open from your computer, one request will go to server. Server will create a copy and send to your computer. I will open in my computer. From my computer, request will go to server. Server will create a copy of this file and send to my computer. File is only one. How many users will come? For every user, one copy will get created. Okay, so it is not like multiple file. If multiple file, then like PAN card, how we register from the PAN card? Take a form, fill the form, it will go there. After 1 month, response will come. Similar way in Gmail, you create the account today, your account will be active after 1 month because they have to create a login page for you. They have to create something for you. Understood or not? So it is all like only one page, not as a multiple. That is called a dynamic page. It's called as a dynamic page. Okay. So come. So go here now to the folder. Which file? Create the next file. Page2.js. Create the next file. Page2.js. 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 Under the page2.js file, under the page2.js file, how to create a variable. You know the meaning of container. What is the meaning of container? It's hold the data. Similar way, in the term of programming, in the day-to-day life, we call it a container, and in the term of programming, we call it a variable. Okay, variable is like it's a container. There we can store some value. Okay, yes, where we can store some value. But when you come to the container, according to content, the nature of container should get changed. Like suppose if you want to store liquid material, water if you want to store, where you will store? Not in a bag. For water we have to store in something that can hold the liquid material. If you want to store somewhere potato, you cannot store in bottle. Correct? Because the content is different. So according to content, we have to choose the container. That is the meaning of understanding the variable. Variable understanding is nothing but according to content, we have to choose the container. So when someone will come, they will enter the value will go and store somewhere, and that somewhere wherever it is storing, it's called a variable. Okay, so how to create the variable in JavaScript? It is of three types. One through the var, let and const. Var, let and const. Okay, so first we will start with the var, then we'll come after some time as a const, then we'll go to the let, and then we'll compare all three. It's a come. Go to the page2.js file, create a variable, give the variable name called a equal to 100. If you have programming background from other language, you might remember the data type must define along with the variable, like int a equal to 100. So what will happen? The data type of a will become an integer. Okay, here in the JavaScript programming, we don't have int, float and all. We have some certain variable data type. Okay, and that variable data type is going to help you to increase your programming, to make your programming more better. Now suppose we have used a keyword called var here. We have not written anywhere int, float and anything. So what will be the data type of a? How character will be? Look now, 100 is character, string. What is the 100? Is a number. So the data type of a will be number. Okay. The var a is holding how much? 100. 100 is the integer value. So data type of a will become as a integer. But in JavaScript, we don't have anything called integer. We have called as a number. Float also will go to the number, and the non-float value will also go to the number. Okay. So now in JavaScript, when we create a variable, we will use a keyword called var. Var keyword will make your variable dynamic, saying like if your variable is defined using the var keyword, any kind of value you can store, and whatever the type of value you will store, the data type of variable will get changed accordingly. Suppose in the first line is called as 100. That meaning data type of a is number. You can say integer also, no problem. Now if I go here and if I write here call hello, so what will happen now? In the first line, a was number, and in the second line, the data type of a got changed to string. Okay. That happened in the JavaScript program. The variable was holding the different nature, but as soon as the value got changed, the data type of variable got changed automatically. And that is being done by this keyword. Which keyword? Var keyword. Var keyword will help you to change and initialize the variable data type according to value. Now var we have written, so I will not write this hello directly. I'll write here other variable as a var b equal to hello. Save the file, come down, write there console.log a comma B. A you print separate and console.log. B you print separate. A print separate and B print again separate. A is a variable, no need to follow the double quote. B is the variable, no need to follow the double quote. Hope written. Now come to the CMD again and go here. Right call node space page 2 .js and enter. Is printing as a how much? Hello and 100. Hello is from the one variable and 100 is from the another variable. Now come down here only. Write one more console.log to make it little more better output. Console.log in double quote, right? The A holds comma A, comma will concat here a string and variable both. The B holds as a B. The A holds something and the B holds something. Save it. Hope you are able to print. Let us check now what is happening. So now you are able to print a string and variable together. It says the A hold 100, the B hold hello. So how we are creating the variable? Using which keyword? Var keyword. Okay. Using var keyword, we can create a variable and we can print the statement easily. Right now we can leave this file. Okay, we can leave this file and we can go for the next one. Okay, next after that, come to the next file. Next file is going to explain us when we are creating a variable here var, okay, it's become as a number. This becomes a string. So do you have something like more or only this much we have? So we can discuss under this point. Under which one? Data type. So create next file, page 3.js. Page 3.js. See, it is nothing like in 1 hour will become JavaScript programmer. Okay. It's like it's a ABCD. After a lot of effort, we learn ABCD. After a lot of effort, we learn how to create the words. Correct. Similar way, there is a lot of people in the market who work and they said they have knowledge on JavaScript, but when they'll come to the actual point, they will say, I don't know JavaScript. Understood or not? Okay. Hmm? I don't know. Even I was working first 1 2 years. Then we were saying, yes, I know JavaScript, everything. When the problem will come, then immediately sentence will get changed. Saying, sorry, I don't know this thing. That meaning you don't know JavaScript. Okay. It's an endless syllabus. There is no any end of that. JavaScript, there is no any end of that. Okay. So till date you are going to work in the market. Full life you will keep learning JavaScript. And none of the day you will say I'm expert in JavaScript. Because it's kind of a cycle. Always new thing will keep coming. You have to learn and you have to. Okay. Technology has no any limitation. Keep in mind. There will be limitation on all. Yeah, once long back, one of my manager was there, Satish. He said like all fellow developer will say they know JavaScript, they know JavaScript. When the matter will come to implement JavaScript, they will say I don't know JavaScript. Okay. File created, page 3.js. Now come in that page 3.js and write there console.log console.log number data type. Number data type. Okay. Create a variable a equal to 100. As we saw in the previous example, it was saying as a how much? It was saying as a we discuss oh, is a number, but really it is number or not. Through the JavaScript only will ask check and let me know it is the number or not. Okay, so you will write here console.log the the value of a the value of a comma a comma a. Okay. Now below, right below console.log type of type of a. What it is showing down? Really showing as a number or something else? value value. Okay, save now. Run this page. In the CMD, we have a command called CLS. CLS. Using that, you can clear the screen. CLS, if you run, all old, whatever the output was there, all will get clear. CLS and enter. Clear screen. CLS. Clear screen. Okay. After that, run the node space. What is the file name? Page 3. Enter. See the number data type. The value of A is 100 and what is printing below? Number. Type of we can use in multiple way. The use of the type of is in multiple way. So this way you can find out the type of a variable. What is that? Come down. Below next, we need to create another variable. So which data type we found? First one, call is a number. Second data type. Same thing you copy and paste below and type here a string data type. Keep here B equal to in double quote Bangalore, India. In double quote keep Bangalore, India. Then the value of B is B and get here type of B. Hope ready. Type of B Bangalore, India. Bangalore, India is a string. We are storing under which variable? B variable. The value of B is particular. The type of B. See here what it says. The value of B is what? Is a string. Here you can put slash n, so line break will happen. Keep a slash n, and here also keep a slash. 2 times slash n you can keep. 2 time line break will happen. Like is a BR, we apply the BR 3 times. 3 time line break will happen. Similar way, apply the slash n 2 times. So line break will happen how many times? 2 times. Let us check now. A space should get come. A space should come. See, the number is 100. The string is which one? So we found how many data types? 2 data type. One is called string, another one is called number. Come down next. Write again similar way. Call Boolean data type. Boolean data type. You will create a variable C equal to true. True. So true is not a string, it is not a number, it's called as a Boolean, true and false. We can print here again same. The value of C. The value of C is C and the type of C. Check now. Hope it is working. Now, what is C? Boolean or something else? See, it says like the value of A100 number type, the value of B Bangalore, India string type, the value of C is a true as a which one? Boolean type. So we found total how many types? Three types. We have some more. Array we have, object we have, JSON we have. Let's come down. Array, now come below, write properly slash. Now console.log, we can write this line. What is the array type? Array type. It will not display the array, it will display as an object. So come below. Create a variable d equal to a square bracket. Keep inside Bangalore. Next value Pune. Next value Chennai. Three value. This becomes an array. This becomes an array data type. But while printing, it will show you as an object. Come down, print the value of D as D only. Type of also we can print here as a D itself. This line is the array line. You can verify this. Okay, hope running. Check now. Node slash page 3. Says object, 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 no problem. Let it be. Come down. Copy the same, or instead of copying, right below. That will also say your object. But in JavaScript, we have object in different way. JSON object, array object, class object. Okay. So these all are, this is called your array object. Inside the one array, you have multiple elements. Next, we are going to see that will work in both the case, JSON object as well as array object. Now come there. You can write here next call, if variable CDE equal to this way, flower bracket open close. But I think this will confuse you. Let's keep call null, N-U-L-L, null, null. Many people ask me to difference between null and undefined. Null. You can add this line here. Null data type, N-U-L-L, null, null data type. Down below, right there call the type of CDE, E only, and we can write here called type of E. It should give as a null. I have shared entire code in chat. Check that. Okay, hope ready. Check now. What is print? Null or something else? No, last also says object only. How object? No problem. No. Null data type we have. We have one more called undefined. Just create a variable called f. The value of this is called undefined. 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 Now var f, the value of f is f only, print below the f. I modified on wrong place. Yes, I modified on wrong place. Here is the f. You can see if once you run it, it should come as undefined. Undefined. Undefined both the places. Okay, ready? Undefined is coming. So how many we found? Number, string, boolean, array, null, and then one more called undefined. Okay, this is printing as a object, so no matter on the, it's called a null. And another one is called a array. In array we have JSON object also. Their key value will come. Let it be the next level. So while creating the page, while creating the program, while writing the code, we will be following this whole structure. Sometime string value, sometime number value, sometime value as a true false, sometime variable can hold data in the form of array, sometime variable can hold as a null, sometime variable will be simple variable, so it will show as a undefined. People ask the difference of null and undefined. Okay, in interview, we'll give you content for that. Now come next. So in the third page, what we saw, in the third page, we saw the basic understanding on data types. Okay. Fourth, we have this one. Operators, I guess everyone is aware of less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, correct, single equal to, double equal to, triple equal to. So those operator no need to spend the time. You have already idea, or that is not to discuss even while writing. You will understand easily. You are checking A greater than B. That meaning greater than is the operator for the comparison. Okay. So leave this file, page 3. Let's go for the next file. Okay, ready? So let's go ahead next. Create the next file that will be for the this one, called a control structure. So we'll go here and we'll create file called page4.js. 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 Okay, so page4.js is ready. Come in that file. Now create two variables. In this file, what we are going to see, we are entering under the control structure. There we have, first we have called if condition. If condition. If and else. Both are together. So create a variable a as 100. As 100. Now create one more variable b equal to 200. Assume this value is given by user. User has come, one place given 100, and again he given one more 200, and he click on compare button. Now he wanted to see, he has given two value, which one is the biggest value, right? So what we have, it's come under the condition. It will not go under the loop. It will come under the condition. So condition is what? Find out between two given number, which number is the biggest number. Okay. So if we can write here 100 greater than 200 also, but that will become as a fixed value. If you are writing a greater than b, that meaning the value of a can be anything and the value of b can be anything. Now value is coming in a and b, the source can be anything. So at this place we wrote a greater than b, then what to do? Console.log the highest one. Higher value is a. Else console.log the higher value is b. The higher value is b. Now based on condition, if a greater than b, if return true, it will go to the if part, else it will go to the else part. Hope you are able to run the page. Run it. Node space page4.js. It says like the higher value is 200. The higher value is 200. You can exchange the value also and then say the variable a keep 1000 and let it be 200. Again you check what is saying. Higher value is 1000 or not. Higher value is 1000. Higher value is how much? 1000. So what is the use of greater than symbol? Comparison only, no? So comparing, yes, this is the bigger or this is the bigger. Okay then, remaining again tomorrow. See you at 9:30. CSS assignment is not completed. CSS assignment is your task, no? You have to do that. What I will do in that CSS assignment? Whose CSS assignment is not completed? CSS assignment is your task. 4, 5, 6. I will upload there. You keep doing. Will not wait for your assignment.